Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Morning Gardener Show. Just finished trying to clean these up and get some peat moss down at the base. See, nothing's pretty around in my garden. These are blueberries. You see the brown down at the base. Right here, peat moss. See, a lot of dead was in these plants this year due to the lack of maintenance, mostly. I just try to keep them alive because I might find something to do with them one day, but other than that, and see all this biomass down here, that's been there all winter. It's corn, it's weeds, it's grass laying on top. Didn't break down as well as I thought it would. However, it's going to stay there. See, there's some here around this blueberry plant, which I will move around and get it where I want it or out of the way, and it will still be there too. Oh, there's that truck again. I can't talk long. It's cutting down trees in the area, and I do apologize for that. And this is the one here, my favorite one. Got its marker there, the white marker. It had a lot of dead mass behind it, and I cut it down. You see, almost to one stem, but it's resilient. It comes back. It does its job, and I never get any of the berries. The birds get them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Morning Gardener Show showing you that's a garden. You see all the biomass still there on top. You see the collard greens after all winter. They stayed. So did some of the all the weeds around it, they stayed. See, some stuff survives winter. Got lots of collard green in here growing close together. Fed them a few days ago, and they got some rain, so it takes anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks for that fertilizer to break down and start feeding. It's a organic fertilizer. And look at this here. These, for some reason, these get big on this end. Look at that. That's collard greens, folks. That's kale over here. Now, I got one lonely one over here. Never gets any care. I didn't even know it was here. I planted it here about 3 years ago, a whole bunch of it. And this is the only one survived. So this one here is special to me because it tells me it has genetics to survive here. So I will be collecting the seeds from this one here. Got the trees breaking out. This is the Santa Rose. You can see these trees are about a little over 6 feet tall. Every last one of them. There's a Stanley plum, 6 feet tall about. And there's my plum tree, a delicious. It's about 3 years old now. And it really anchored into this clay. In this area, mostly clay. You see all those trees around, the plants around it? Those are raspberries. They moved over here, and they're the ones that I will fertilize and make sure that they got a jump on food. Because I realized something. If you fertilize the plant, they'll get sweeter. Now this is my oldest pear tree. They said it was a Bartlett. I don't know, but this tree here was get about 22 feet tall, and I got it cut down to about 6 feet there. And I'm gonna keep these trees, I said, folks, at about 5 or 6 feet. There's an apple tree, a Honey Crisp, and it's about 6 feet tall. And all these trees are healthy, folks. They're healthy. This one here, cherry tree. This one here produces a lot of cherries each year. It's the only one actually that produces because it crosses with my neighbor's bush right there. It's a cherry bush, and it crosses with it. And so I'm glad he has that there growing. I gave it to him some years ago. Okay, this is the Morning Garden. And look at all the biomass down at the base of these trees. That's how I feed them, because at one time I wasn't paying to feed these trees. I said, no, let the wood that I cut away from them feed these trees. That's what I did. And it works extremely well. It's not all that neat, but it works. See all it for the fresh cuttings in with the older cuttings, and they feed the tree for years and years and years. All right, folks.